connects you to multiple jobs, and job seekers never pay a fee. Get weekly pay, local support, and real opportunities. Visit expresspros.com today. That's expresspros.com. And now we get to see who the hell they're going to play in the finals. But Trump's going to be there. He said he's going to go to a game at MSG. So I don't know if he's going to be next to Jackson Dart or Abdul Carter, but he'll be there. Any takers on that?
We are Blackboard!
Are you thinking about what's next for you professionally? Whether you're looking to move up, switch fields, or finally finish that degree, University of Maryland Global Campus has your back. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates to arm you with the skills for today's job market. Affordable, online, and built for working adults. UMGC offers programs that help you build lasting skills in leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Apply by June 1st and save with no application fee. So go to umgc.edu.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash on 183 southbound at Spicewood Springs Road that's moved over to blocking off the right shoulder, as well as an accident on the interchange ramp going from 130 northbound over to westbound Highway 45. And you're looking about a 10-minute out of your commute this morning through some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 northbound. You're backed up from 45 to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Pantalones Tequila.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey here, and I want to talk to you about the #1 tasting tequila in Texas, Pantalones. Try our 100% organic Blanco, Reposado, or Añejo the next time you're in the mood for some serious fun yourself.
The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream is celebrating America's 250th One Dream at a Time. Next, Wolfgang Puck.
When somebody comes here with a new idea, with something new, people will accept it. I remember when I opened Spargo, for example, and we made this pizza with smoked salmon. Would I have made that in Milan or in Naples? They would have crucified me. Here, people are very open-minded.
Discover more at mcad.org.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Livestrong supports the first responder ride from Boston to New York. Register at livestrong.org/ride.
iHeartRadio wants to send you to see Motley Crue on the Return of the Carnival of Sins tour in the city of your choice. We'll cover it all. Plus, you'll meet members of the band and score a signed guitar. Just tap the contest tab while listening on the free iHeartRadio app to enter. Get tour tickets now at livenation.com. That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app could win you something amazing.
The iHeart Awards in LA.
Plus, it's the fastest way to get your voice on your favorite station.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
I love you guys. Have a good day.
Try the talkback mic now. Just open the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Thirsty Thursday edition of
One of
Morning
these days.
Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. We're going to continue the conversation. CDC talked to the media while at SEC spring meetings. We also have the Texas top 20 players of all time, and that's brought to you by the Austin American Statesman. We have Eric Henry, of Horns 247 joining us to talk all things Texas Longhorns. The Spurs take on OKC, what could be the final game of the year. What could be, man. We got Coach Schlossnagle talking all things Texas Regional, and we'll hear from Sean Miller. And, of course, Texas softball takes the field today. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we got Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, that's right. We're going to give you an opportunity to use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. If it's good enough, we might hear it on air.
It is good enough.
But it hasn't happened. So
what y'all doing?
We're giving you the opportunity to leave us a message. Talk to us about something. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. I don't care what you say. Just say something.
I do.
Just say something.
Be positive.
Yeah. Sometimes
Don't be positive.
Positivity is not always what we're doing, bro. Not always.
Okay.
Not always. But we'll see what happens. Speaking of positivity, our guy, CDC, got an opportunity to speak on multiple instances about the University of Texas. But I do want to say this. Texas' first 3 games have been announced the start time. Texas versus Texas State will take place at 2:30 on ESPN. We'll be down at Bevo Boulevard, so make sure you come and hang out with us. Texas versus Ohio State. We knew that was going to be a 6:30 game, and that will be on ABC. But UTSA is a 7 p.m. game, and that one will be on the SEC Network Plus. So you'll get a chance to see the Horns at home. Schedule is out. Time is out for 4 games this year. Obviously, we talked about Texas A&M game too. But Texas State, 2:30. Ohio State, 6:30. And UTSA will be at 7 p.m. But you can hear all the action right here with the home of the Texas Longhorns right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app. I want to get into it now. Let's hear from CDC as he talked about college football playoffs, the strength of schedules, and a 12-team playoff.
Years ago, we played Michigan and we played Alabama, and those 2 games helped us get into the playoff, if you recall, right? It was the strength of schedule and who you played in your non-conference. Those games mattered. And Anwar, you and I had this discussion. When we left from the SEC, from the Big 12 to the SEC, one of the discussions was keeping those games on. One, we had already had a return game to play. I firmly believe college football loves the big games. Our kids want to play those big games, but they also want to be rewarded for playing those games if you go out and play yourself those big games. But at the end of the day, hard to determine what the metrics are is a 9-3 attended to schedule and say these guys played 10 games, but they lost these 2 teams better than a team that lost 3 games, and here's the schedule who they play. And that's what I need more clarity on that.
Are y'all getting any assurance that strength of schedule will be considered?
It's part of the criteria. It's hard to determine how it's being considered because you also have human nature in the room.
That's that part right there. That last sentence.
Human nature in the room.
Nature in the room always sets things off. It always happens that way because there's so many different interests when you start looking at people making decisions. There's so many different interests in there. So it is one of those deals that 12 teams love it. Strength of schedule, understood it. And those games are very important to us as the fan base.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there were times when people were selling their tickets because there were no good home games. They were just regular home games. Well, now you look at it, Texas State is going to travel because they're getting an opportunity to come straight up the road.
Right.
You say less when it comes to Ohio State. You already know that's going to be a madhouse. And then, of course, UTSA always brings the goods as well.
And that's that human factor. Like when it gets down to who's going to go, who's not going to go, and it looks kind of even, then they're going to say, well, they travel real well.
Yep.
They bring money with them. And then you'll choose accordingly. And that's not always fair because the team that possibly has a better chance of beating them may not have the support financially as the teams that travel well.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, that human nature thing, that's a real thing, y'all.
It's for real. And it's part of the conversation and will always be part of the conversation. But one of the other conversations is Texas is getting a new facility, a new training facility, a new workout spot where the bubble is still going to be there, but it's on its last leg.
Yeah, it's on its last leg. It's going to be allocated to doing, menial stuff. Until
Steve gets used to indoor, outdoor, what that looks like. But we're going to keep them. I mean, we need them.
You gonna keep the bubble? You gonna keep the bubble?
I'm going to keep the bubble for a little while. You know what I mean? Just to use it it's on its last leg. It's on its last leg. You go there and you're like, we got duct tape on that bad boy. So we want to keep it this year. We got to take it down. We do have to take it down, but I'm going to keep it this year.
Can you donate it?
Who would want that?
A high school?
There's not a chance. That thing is just, it's unbelievable.
Middle school.
Well,
you raise it.
Oh, no, put another field there.
Just another field?
Yeah, put another field there. I mean, you just take off the grass and you just take the bubble down. I mean, that was new age technology when we built that. And go,
yeah, it's totally different now.
Yeah, you're talking about donated. Like, why you want to donate something that's going to be a hazard in a couple of years? Like, how about just tear it down and build another parking garage?
Or tear it down and they're going to build another apartment complex there. University of Texas trying to find a way to make something happen. But
make that
new
cheese.
New students, there's always an opportunity. But I like the idea of a new parking garage because there's definitely not enough parking, but you will end up getting a ticket. So you know how that goes.
Well, make it like 7 levels or something like that. They got plenty of space right there.
Yeah.
Imagine getting out of that though.
Yeah, right there by 35. That is a mess anyway. I mean, goodness gracious. I want you to hear from Greg Sankey because the position of 16 teams is where they prefer to stay, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
I said that in April.
Yeah.
And in April when we were in Las Colinas, I said, you can go back and look at that was Fiesta Bowl where I said, look at my prior statements. We've not taken votes or positions, I said no decisions will be made. So we default to where we've been, which is 16.
Stay at 16. That's good. Doesn't need to have more people in the conference. We're already at a good spot. There's so many teams that are there. And then I wanted to bring up something too, because I saw a conversation that was happening about the differences in the conferences and teams breaking away and trying to create this new atmosphere of college athletics. And we'll talk to Eric Henry about this at 7:34. And Mark, you actually brought it up this morning too about the Protect College Sports Act that is going to be at the table to try to figure out if this is what is best.
Yeah, but I
sports.
already thought it passed.
Right.
I mean, I hear all the arguments, and I thought everything that I heard, I was for. 5 years done in college with sports. If you only get one time to transfer, great. I'm with it. Salary cap. And if they do have well, it's not a collective bargaining, but if the money goes up, then that 21 million goes up. It goes up from 21 to whatever the next percentage is. Like they got it figured out. It's just a matter of who's running it, who's calling those shots, who's all the rules. Like now, all of the states have the same rulings. You can't go to an injunction, Alabama, and say, hey, we want these professionals to play. Speaking of that, no more professionals. I don't care if you sold tickets at a professional game. You can't play in college now. Goodbye. Forget about it.
Right.
And if they, we have Title IX where you bring in a sport, you bring in a woman's sport. Same thing. They advanced that, and they said if you bring in another sport, then the potential for a new sport to be introduced at every university. I mean, it's a bunch of really cool stuff that they talked about.
Yeah. But it's just a bill.
It's just a bill.
Yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
Just a bill.
Come on, Hard, sing it real quick. I wish y'all could have heard Hard sing this. It brought me back to being sitting on the floor with my feet up, dangling my feet. I felt like I was schoolhouse rock.
First off, your feet ain't never just
dangling. Yeah, man. I used to be a kid.
Never dangling. Mark.
Yeah, where you put your elbows under your chin and you dangle your feet. You ain't do that when you was a kid?
I'm having a hard time right now. I'm having a real hard time right now.
I was a kid. I know I look like a mutant now, but I used to be a kid.
I look like a mutant now. When we come back, Texas football, the history of it, top 20 players. This is formulated by the folks over at the Austin American-Statesman. We'll get your thoughts and so much more. Eric Henry at 7:34. Coach Jim Schlossnagle of Texas Baseball joins us at 8 a.m. Busy day here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Listen to the Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
We visit with Sark here on 1300 The Zone with regard to the wagering thing. Is that among the concerns about what happens with NIL?
Craig, do you remember when the NCAA was going to legalize gambling? Does this sound like a good idea? We're paying the players, so do we think it's a good idea to now let them gamble the money away?
Catch special guests like these and more by listening to the Craig Way Show on AM 1300 The Zone.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back. One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready? Featuring the biggest names in music. Live loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 7.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The earlier crash has been taken care of on 183 southbound at Spicewood Springs Road, but an accident is still affecting the interchange ramp going from 130 northbound over to Highway 45 westbound. And about a 15-minute slowdown due to stop-and-go traffic on the northbound side of I-35. You're all tied up from 45 going to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Right now, AC tune-ups from Abacus are just $99. Licensed local technicians are ready when you need them. Or get $100 off any repair over $1,000. Call or book online at abacusplumbing.com. Abacus, you can count on us. License M20628.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings. Voters are listening to the radio, tons of them. If you're running for office, radio is where people are actually tuned in, not swiping past ads. Connect with communities everywhere and get on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
We asked kids what it took to be a dad. This is what they had to say.
A father is always present. I mean, what real father figure can you have if they're not there?
In order to be a good dad, you need to love your son. You need to put gas in your car so you don't break down in the middle of nowhere. And you need to make them breakfast. Yep.
I mean, just to maybe play like a board game with me, or to just stay home and play some video games with me. Just to do like that one little thing is what I really look forward to.
I'm not asking him to be a perfect dad, but he should try.
He's just a constant force in my life.
There's no other type of love like a dad's love because it's not comparable to anything else.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back. Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Coming up at 7:34, we'll talk to our guy, Eric Henry of Lawrence 247.
Info.
Because he was in attendance in Florida. So he gets firsthand knowledge meeting. All right, let's get into this because I wanted to talk about this yesterday because news came out on the Austin American-Statesman, and this is something that we talk about all the time. Who are the best players to ever play at the University of Texas?
Whoa.
And people always are going to give you different opinions, and old school people will take you to James Street and what he meant to this organization, to this university. You got some that's going to say Earl, Ricky, Colt, VY, even Kenneth Sims will be a part of this conversation. Steve McMichael, Derek Johnson. I mean, the list goes on and on when you start to think about some of the best players to ever play at the University of Texas. So they come up with this list, and it'll start at 20. Hub Bechtel, is the guy who was the first wide receiver, first star wide receiver in the Southwest Conference. That's what the title says. Number 19, Kelvin Banks Jr. Now, Kelvin, obviously, very talented young man, walked into the University of Texas and cemented himself as the best offensive lineman in the Big 12 in the country at one point. So you start to look at him. He won the Outland Trophy and the Lombardi Trophy, and it was a unanimous All-American. He comes in at number 19. Jordan Shipley. They got him possibly the best wide receiver in Texas history. So you start to think of the record books and some of the players that came before him.
Wow.
And after him, and Jordan Shipley obviously stands out. My boy Quan should be on there too. But you also look at Steve McMichael. Steve McMichael is number 17. Mongo. You know Mongo.
Oh, yeah.
He's a wrestler as well. Speaking of wrestlers, Manny Fernandez passed away the other day. But you start looking around and you start to understand what Mongo means. Now he's a Hall of Famer in the NFL as well. Scott Appleton, 6'3", big man. But it's so funny because he was 6'3", 235, and he was a defensive lineman back in the day. Now he wouldn't even be a wide receiver.
He'd be a linebacker.
He may not even get that. Jerry Gray comes in at number 15, all-time great. Dude from Lubbock, was outstanding, got in the league and was even better in the league, but he was outstanding here at the University of Texas. Chris Gilbert, he comes in at 14. Bijan Robinson at 13. Cedric Benson at number 12. Said was a beast. I mean,
yeah, he was.
Beast.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
That first guy, I feel sorry for.
Because he was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
He was running through his face. So Michael Huff comes in at number 11. Jerry Sizemore at number 10. Kenneth Sims at number 9. Kenneth Sims, one of the best dudes to ever be around. He was 6'6", 265. Yeah. And was the number one overall pick from Cassie, Texas. That's right, Cassie. He's 254, brother. Number 8, James Street. James Street obviously went 20-0 as a starting quarterback in his final 2 years. Unbelievable player. Not only was he good in football, he was good in baseball as well. Bobby Lane, another guy, great quarterback. Also was outstanding on the baseball field. There's a bunch of stories about him on the baseball field. Colt McCoy comes in at number 6. Colt, at one point, was the all-time winningest player in college football, and that lasted about 45 minutes because lefty Kellen Moore comes and breaks those records, and it was kind of crazy when you start to think about it. Derek Johnson comes in at number 5. DJ, we've had him on the show multiple times. Outstanding human being, but one hell of a football player. VY comes in at number 4. Ricky Williams comes in at number 3. Tommy Nobis, outstanding linebacker, played for the Atlanta Falcons. He went on to be a superstar. He was a college football Hall of Famer. What an unbelievable player he was. And number 1, Earl Campbell.
I have no argument. None.
Earl Campbell listed as the number 1 football player to ever play at the University of Texas.
Earl is the only person I ever seen have somebody grab his jersey, and he is so powerful, he was able to run out of the jersey.
Yeah. He was special.
Hard.
Well, the funny thing is, too, about that, he's the reason why they had to make jerseys different. Because he would run through so many jerseys during the game.
Yeah,
that
rip them off.
They were like, we got to figure out a way to make these jerseys a little bit Earl-proof.
You're right.
Because if not, they're going to be running with no shirt on.
It was like a T-shirt back in the day.
Yeah.
He was basically running with
so
pads.
much power.
Yeah.
He just had pads on.
Yeah, just speed and power personified. And you know, this list, you know how good you got to be on this list? Because Dan Neal wasn't on this list.
Right.
Corey Redding wasn't on this list. Tony Brackens wasn't on this list.
Yep.
Blake Brockemeyer wasn't on this list. Mike Williams. Man, there's been some dogs.
Yep.
William Graham, Silsbee, Texas.
Silsbee. So you would add some other people to this list.
The honorable mention list, the 20 to 40 list would be impressive.
You might as well
I'm just saying.
Top 50.
Right.
Yeah, if you do a top 50, even number 50, you would be like, holy cow.
Yeah.
That's how important Texas has recruited people to this university. And they've all, not all, but so many have made it to the mountaintop that you almost need a new mountain. Like bro, it's been some amazing players. And not just for Texas, but for the NCAA.
Right.
Like Earl Campbell will be number one on
a lot of people's lists.
Man.
Yeah.
98% of the teams in college football.
Well, you start to appreciate the university and the players that have come through here. I mean, think about it. Where did I say Bijan was? Bijan, what he meant to this program and how he changed the way people were looking at Texas when in a very dark time, he was able to influence that. He comes in on this list at number 13. And then you think about what Seb B was. Seb B was an absolute freak on the football field.
Yeah.
That dude was powerful too. Run through your face.
Yeah.
As Marshawn Lynch tries to talk, what he talks
Beast
about.
mode.
He was originally part of
and
that.
he was a John Madden guy. There are some running backs that John Madden would call mudders. They were just as effective in mud and rain and sleet and snow as they were if it was dry.
Right.
Because they had power, and power transcended. Like you can put your foot in the ground and you can go forward.
Right.
And Cedric was one of those guys. It didn't matter if it was wet. He played in Chicago in the snow.
Yep.
And rushing for almost 200 yards.
Yep.
Crazy.
Talented.
Crazy.
That's the Austin American Statesman's list. What's your list? Give us a call. Let us know who you think should be number one. When we come back, we're going to talk to our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, as he breaks down his time in Florida. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
The interchange ramp is back open going northbound from 130 over to Highway 45 westbound. You are stop and go, though, this morning over on I-35 northbound, about a 15-minute add to your drive going from 45 up to Ben White. And you are starting to slow down over on Mopac southbound, making that transition from Shoreline Drive to 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AirTasker.
Last month, I needed help with a leak. My daughter suggested AirTasker. I found a local tasker to handle the tap and even organize family photos. AirTasker is simple, secure, easy to use. Go to airtasker.com or download the app.
AirTasker. Get anything done.
Hardball Hardge here for Covert Chevy Hutto. Trucks go head-to-head to win your trust. Chevy is pulling up strong with $14,000 off a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST. Or get $11,750 off a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. Or get $11,750 off of a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss. Bigger trucks, bigger savings. Come see us at Highway 79 in Hutto or shop online at covertchevyhutto.com.
This year, North America will be the center of the soccer universe, hosting the biggest sporting event in the world, 48 nations and 104 matches, as every player puts it on the line for their country. And BetOnline has you covered with live lines and player props from sportsbook, casino, the whole tournament. Enjoy the freedom of online gaming at BetOnline, where the action moves with you and every moment is yours. Make 26 your year. Bet on at BetOnline.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678. Or online at avconsultations.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure, clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
A Spurs season on the line tonight when they host the Thunder for Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. OKC leads the series 3-2. Yordan Alvarez smacked 2 homers to help the Astros hold off the Rangers 4-3 in Arlington. Astros have won 5 of their last 6. Cowboys receiver Paris Campbell has retired from the league at 28 years old. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Buyers Barricades.
For traffic control rentals, sales, and 24-hour service, trust Buyers Barricades. From roadway safety to special event traffic planning, they've got Texas covered. Visit buyersbarricades.com and keep Texas roads safe. That's buyersbarricades.com. Visit the site today.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know.
Tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. We're going to talk to Eric Henry of Horns 247 in just a moment, but I wanted to put this out there because projected first-round picks who withdrew their names from the NBA draft and returned to college. Alabama's got one. He's not already a pro, so it don't matter. LeBaron Philman of Fallon Jr., Thomas Hall, the big man from Florida. Duke gets one back, and a bunch of teams Florida is getting a bunch of guys back. So that's not good.
No, it's not.
For the SEC.
Because they were good.
Yes, they are very, very, very talented. Alabama's getting 2 guys back. Kentucky's getting a guy. And UConn gets Braylon Mullins back.
Ah, man, I was hoping he would be gone. He was good.
Yeah, they got there's a lot of talent there on that team. So we'll end up seeing what's going to happen with all of those teams. But then you also got to look at this too, because the conversation that was being had in Florida this past weekend was important to a lot of people. They're talking about the college football, college sports being under the scrutiny by the bill. They're trying to get a bill passed, and Ted Cruz's name is on that bill, which a lot of people are like, why is he?
Why?
But at least one of them is trying to get that done. At least one of them is trying to figure out a way to pass this bill to help college athletics be in a better place. And that's one of the things, too, that I continue to look at is like, okay, what's the next move for a lot of these people? What is next for college football? What is next for college basketball? What is next for college sports as a whole?
They also have an exemption for Olympic athletes. So that's pretty good, too.
What do you mean an exemption?
That Olympic athletes, like you have the track team, the track team, the swimming teams, like those athletes will still be, if they have to transfer, they can because of, environment. Like they can, like somebody got to go to Colorado Springs, like and train at high altitude, like they can leave. And even if they have already transferred before. Like, so they're making some, man, it's well thought out is what I was saying. There was options that I felt like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But right. they've thought about it.
Well, you also have to understand too that if they are to make these concessions and try to, I guess, put the BBs back in the box, it kind of has to be structured. And this is something that we've talked about. There has to be some rules and regulations in place to kind of govern what's going on. And to me, getting Congress involved, I don't understand why. There's a lot of smart people. There's a lot of smart people.
But there's a lot of people that want to be the leader. Like somebody's got to take over and have power over everybody. And that's why Congress, you can't fight them. I don't care how powerful a coach you are, how powerful of athletic director you are. You can't control all the teams in college.
Right.
Somebody has to step. The NCAA, they lost their power. They were the power source.
Right.
But they lost it. So you had to go above the NCAA. What's left?
Yep.
You had to go government. So that's basically what happened. And now they've come up with a system. And that bill has got to be passed.
Yeah,
it's very well thought out. When you look at all of it, guys, do your homework. Go on, look up the Ted Cruz bill and see if there's something in there that's missed.
Right.
And then say something. Like if you don't say something, then you're part of the problem. Because if I had an issue with something, I would say, well, I just don't necessarily believe in that, or I don't like that. And I got plenty of platforms to say it.
Yeah. I mean, I just look at all of these rules that need to be in place. And again, I just don't understand why those people cannot do it on their own.
You know what you're saying? You're saying that it's a lot of common sense. And what did you tell me 2 weeks ago about common sense?
What about it?
That is not common.
No, that's very true.
They can't. Everybody can't do it, Hardge. They can't. They can't. That even if you had the bandwidth to say, okay, it makes sense that this guy's coming from another college and he's coming here for the money. And we already have a guy playing quarterback here. But now he's mad that you brought in another quarterback and now he wants to leave and go somewhere else. All you got to do is say, hey, we signed the papers. You can go wherever you like.
Right.
But a lot of colleges don't want to do that.
Yeah, there's more to it. There's a lot to it. But let's talk to our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247.
Kenfo.
As he's always repping. There he is, UCF. He's in Florida, so he's got a good time over there. So he wanted to represent.
That's my UCF connect.
There it is. There it is. So let me ask you this. We were just having this discussion about the College Sport or Protect College Sports Act. What do you like about it? And what is your biggest complaint about it?
Yeah, as always, good morning. Appreciate you having me on. My apologies. You know, when I'm back in Florida, I'm thinking I'm on East Coast time. So I forgot I'm still on Central time here in Destin, the Panhandle. Okay, there's a lot to digest within the act, right? First off, let me give you guys some of the reaction. I don't know if you guys have talked about it on the show, some of the reaction here in Destin from Southeastern Conference Commissioner Greg Sankey, from Chris Del Conte, some of the ADs. It came out right as they were meeting. So they all basically said that they hadn't read it. I think there's some of the aspects regarding the 5 for 5 that I think we've talked about, right? That I think are solid. It just feels to me like of the options that have been presented to us, this feels the most concrete as far as covering all of the bases. But Hardge, you remember when we talked, and Mark, when we talked earlier, in the summer or earlier in the year about kind of the legislation, my concern is that it only is addressing, I shouldn't say only, it's addressing Division I, FBS, but college athletics takes place at a much broader scope than that, right? And this is going to be a very, it's a blanket thing, but it really only is addressing an issue that's at the top 1%, or I guess we'll call it the top, third of college athletics, right? And let me give you one quick example. Greg Sankey was talking about, this is something that I didn't even consider, guys. Greg Sankey was talking about, hey, he was asked, what's the holdup as far as making these guys employees? And Greg Sankey said, well, if you make them employees, right, don't forget that Division II is part of the NCAA, Division III is part of the NCAA. And if you make Division II athletes employees, Division III athletes employees, they basically will cease to exist. Though the revenue, is not the same at those levels. So that's my only real concern as far as a broader scope, guys.
That's what I think about all the time too. It's the ones below. Like everybody talks about the big power fours. I get it. But you also got D2, D3, NAI. You got all kinds of governing bodies that are going to be involved in this radical change. I do think there needs to be some guardrails. I do think there's some things that needs to be outlined. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, what's going to happen to all the other levels of college athletics if this bill is passed, or the employee part of this, E?
And Hardge, again, I think it's the most complete of what we've seen, but man, some of this stuff is flawed, right? Because you speak, first off, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say this. Cody Campbell had a huge part in this. You can look at the verbiage, right? Yep. Everyone wants to quote unquote protect women's sports. And I know that's a hot button issue. What does that mean? Right? Because I'm going to speak very carefully. I'm going to speak for Eric Henry. I won't speak for you two. I didn't know that women's sports in a broad scale needed protecting. Okay. All right. I'll let y'all read between the lines there. There's verbiage like prevent athletes from quitting mid-season. Well, that's a free market issue, right? If Jadeveon Clowney decides 4 games in, I'm using him as the example, right? First one in South Carolina. If he decides I'm going to be the first overall pick by the Houston Texans, that's his right. So I think it's the most conclusive of everything I've seen, but there are still some things I'd like to see worked out. And as we talked about, those lower levels got to be addressed as well.
I think I know where that's stemming from. That's stemming from that Darren Peterson. I'm going to play a half and then I'm going to go sit down mentality, and they want to be able to control and put rules in to make sure that at the end of the day is entertainment, right? So you want people that pay to go and see these players, they want to see the players. And they can say, well, man, that guy didn't even play. Like, he wasn't injured. I want my money back. So now you have to be able to say, well, if we're going to lose money, you're going to lose money. We're going to take your money away if, you don't play in the games. I understand that. I don't think that's a big deal.
Mark, we see that a little bit differently because, again, my issue has always been when you create this huge legislation for one example. And I know that Darren Peterson, that's one, and you've seen some guys who have stepped away mid-season, right? But we're not talking about 99% of college athletes. We're talking about 1%. That's where I get troubled by that. And respectfully, I will disagree. Is it entertainment? Yes. When it's Alabama, Ohio State, when it's Texas, Ohio State, it's entertainment. When it's Florida International versus, Western Kentucky, right? Like, no one's paying $1,000 to go to that game, right? So that's where I think when you're a full-time professional, when I go to the Indiana Fever game and Caitlin Clark is not available, I have the right to be upset, and that's a real working example. I have the right to be upset about my entertainment value. I just feel like at the collegiate level, again, we're talking about the top 1%. That's what everyone cares about. But it's bigger than that.
Right. We're talking to Eric Henry of Horns 247. Make sure you follow him at Eric C. Henry _ or just make sure you go over to Horns 247 for all the latest. Yesterday, Sean Miller got a chance to speak 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah. 2 days ago, Sean Miller got a chance to speak, and he spoke about the transfer portal and a lot of things that were going on with that. What was some of your biggest takeaways and highlights of that conversation with Sean Miller?
Yeah, Hardge, the biggest highlight for me actually wasn't the portal, although he did address some of the new additions. It was the schedule. Okay, the fact that Mark, this is right, just what you were talking about as far as entertainment value. You're a big Texas basketball fan. If you're a season ticket holder, how do you feel that you have a neutral site game in Houston against Miami, and now they're trying to line up another neutral site game in San Antonio at Frostbank Center, right? And that's one of the questions I asked Sean Miller. I'm actually going to write about it today. Why, kind of the reasoning for scheduling some of those neutral site games against big time opponents, but then the home fans at Moody Center, they're hoping they're not stuck with Lemoyne or Maryland Eastern Shore or whatever that may be, right? So that to me was some of the big news. Also, the fact that there's going to be a live open scrimmage, 2 close scrimmages, one against SMU, one against Arizona State, but an open scrimmage at the Garden against St. John's, right? So that to me was some of the big news. But Hardge, yes, he did address some of the new additions in the transfer portal. But I thought the biggest news coming out of it was the scheduling, just because we've talked about it on this show, right? Like, yes, the SEC, those are premier marquee opponents in conference. But I'm sure, fans like Mark, that they want some of those big time, non-conference games to take place at Moody Center as well.
You know why they do that, though? They're trying to expand their the radius of their viewership to other teams and other players, so they can look like Duke, so they can look like Kentucky. Like, Texas wants to show players that, hey, we're somebody too. Come here.
Well, that is correct. And Sean made a point that I hadn't considered, that quite frankly, it's just a little more attractive for Texas to get that game at an NBA arena at this point, right, where the program is. Sean said it's more attractive for guys to want to play in that game and for us to get the agreement that way. Now, Sean did kind of hint at, as we get this thing up and running and we become a better program, then we have a bit more leverage to get that game back at Moody Center as opposed to having to take it to an NBA arena.
That's what I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I love the opportunity of all of this. Before we let you go, man, Texas Regional this weekend, we're about to have Coach Schlossnagle on to talk about it. This is a good regional for Texas. They got to come out and handle their business, but this is a good opportunity for them to advance and get a chance to play the super regionals here.
No doubt about it, right? I think one of the things that we've been talked about, not just this year, but over the last, the first 2 seasons of Jim Schlossnagle's tenure, right? It was kind of the close to the season, the close to the SEC baseball tournament. Now, listen, Texas, as you mentioned, has a regional that sets up well for them. They've got to come out and show it, right? This is rinse and repeat, Hardge. We could have said the same thing last year, although, of course, UTSA was certainly a good program last year, not, taking anything away from the Roadrunners, but we could have said the same thing last year. They have to go out and take care of business. And I do believe they will. I think they've learned, the players who did return, the players who were returns from last year have learned their lesson, but also, guys on this year's roster. Arkansas was, I got a kick because, Jim Schlossnagle said they want to play a simulated 7-inning game. And there were some fans who said, well, you played a simulated game against Arkansas in the SEC tournament. Do you need another simulated game? Because that's what that was. So I think they'll have learned their lesson from that disappointment as well.
No doubt. There he is, our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. Make sure you follow him at Eric C. Henry _. And, of course, get over to Horns 247 for all the latest. Have a good one, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
There he is, E. Henry. Coming up next, it's going to be quick, right, Marcus?
Very quick.
Yeah, we're going to be in and out, and then we're going to have Coach Jim Schlossnagle talking to all things Texas baseball right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Houston Street said the moment he knew that he needed to stick to baseball, Street was a defensive back and a good one, a good safety for Westlake. And they're playing Midland Lee in the state championship game. Cedric Benson is playing for Midland Lee. Tramples Houston Street. Just ran right over. Trampled and went on in. Houston said, I had no better indication of that. I needed to stick to baseball after that.
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The interchange ramp is back open going northbound from 130 over to Highway 45 westbound. You are stop and go, though, this morning over on I-35 northbound, about a 15-minute add to your drive going from 45 up to Ben White. And you are starting to slow down over on Mopac southbound, making that transition from Shoreline Drive to 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Have you figured out your favorite day at the Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock yet? The hottest new sports bar in Texas is great every day thanks to the Rowdy Cowgirl. An amazing menu of food, drinks, 70 big screen TVs. But Tuesday is Bikinis and Booze Day with all the Texas spirits and beers on special. If you aren't checking out the Rowdy Cowboy every day of the week, well, you're missing out. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 Loop.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Knox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Knox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Knox 47 for free, call now. 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453.
Delivering more is just how we do business at Group 1 Ford of South Austin. Get more selection with our huge inventory of brand new Fords and quality pre-owned rides. More value with bigger deals and more confidence with our Austin family that's been serving Central Texas drivers for over 2 decades. Whether you're hauling gear to Zilker Park or commuting down Mopac, you get more with the team that knows Ford best. Group 1 Ford of South Austin, home of transparent pricing and no dealer add-ons. Visit us on South I-35 or online at group1fordofsouthaustin.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the OSAA, are the 99,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Oregon. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone, guaranteed human.
Welcome back to right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. We asked you to give us some messages, and we got some messages. A guy, Gary, talked about the top 20, and here is what he had to say.
Mark, man, I love that list, but I gotta tell y'all, there's a lot of bad DBs that are missing off that list. I'm talking about bad men.
I like that one. There are
I like that,
great.
Nathan Bass.
There's a ton of good
Finn Jammer.
Yep.
Oh my God.
A lot of them are not on the list. But Blake
You put
also
Rob
had to
Bader on
say
there?
that. Blake had something to say as well.
Hey, Mike and Martin. All-time tackle leader ought to be on there. Brett Hager.
That's
another good one.
All-time tackle leader? Yeah. I think his name should be on there. Hager was a beast.
Yeah.
He was
everywhere.
Yeah.
One.
Exactly. Went on to play in the NFL, did a great job there as well. Coming up next, we got to talk regional. What better way to talk about the regional than talking to the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, Jim Schlossnagle, next, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
This feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes. No way. Irritation, not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, hands down.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source. Uline.com.
The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream is celebrating America's 250th One Dream at a Time. Next, Sean Alexander, former NFL player.
Don't be scared of the failures or the trials in one season. I've won championships and I've lost championships. And I thought, it was the same the next season. You have to start all over no matter what, Keep fighting that good fight. Go after the next season and then finish that game.
Discover more at mcad.org.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening from the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. KDET AM Austin. Your home for the Horns. And the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Texas baseball got the Austin Regional on tap. They are the number 6 overall seed, and they will start play tomorrow afternoon at noon right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And here to talk about it is the one and only head coach of your Texas Longhorns, Coach Jim Sloss. Coach, good morning. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Good morning, guys.
It's a beautiful day in Austin, Texas, because baseball is right around the corner. Texas will be taking on Holy Cross. Then they will take on the winner of Tarleton State and UC Santa Barbara. This is an interesting group of teams that came in this year.
Yeah, very, very talented group. 3 really good teams. Certainly Holy Cross is playing really, really well. They have some super dynamic players. Leadoff hitter that's got, I think, 46. They have a 115 stolen bases or so as a team, and he's got almost 50 of them. So very dynamic player. And then they have the guy we're going to face tomorrow. This will tell you a little bit about him. In the 3 games championship series that they played against Bucknell, he threw 122 pitches on a Monday for a CG win. I think it was a complete game. Then he took a day off and came out of the bullpen and threw 78. So, this guy, that right there tells you what kind of competitor he is. And he's, a senior who's got nothing to lose and certainly going to be a handful for us. And then we already know how Tarleton treated us this year on a Tuesday night, and they've won I think 37 or 38 games. And Santa Barbara's arguably been the one, along with UCLA, the most consistent West Coast program over the last short amount of time. And so elite pitching and that California brand of offense that's going to require you to throw strikes, going to require you to hold runners, going to require you to field your position as a pitcher. So very, very good regional, and just super excited to get it going. We've been sitting around. We've only played one game in about 2 weeks, so we're ready to go.
Coach, they always say in the Wild Wild West that your reputation reaches further than you will. And a lot of times right now we look at you and we hear about your reputation of being a great coach, but now in the playoffs, they say you're even better. So is it that time? Is it time for me to break out it's time?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely time, but I can really coach good players. I can promise you that. I mean, it's a proven fact. Even Nick Saban said this. I can't coach bad ones. So, no, I mean, I'm not. I appreciate you saying that. I've just been super fortunate to be on some good, really, really good teams that the ball happened to bounce our way a few times. It certainly didn't last year. When we were hosting a regional and we were up 6-1 in the winners bracket game and couldn't hold on, and that's a credit to UTSA. But no, man, it's just this time of year is about your best players playing well. You got to get some surprise kind of performances from somebody that you may not expect, and you got to have a little bit of luck. There was a time, I think I may have said this on your show, with the years that TCU, we went to Omaha 4 straight times. We could have easily been eliminated in our own regional 3 of those 4 years. I mean, we happened to have a great comeback, or we won a 22-inning game one year, a 16-inning game against A&M. So, yeah, man, it's just it's playoff baseball, and everybody's desperate to win.
We're talking to Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle. And, Coach, you talked about it. There's a lot of experience that you have gathered throughout your career. You talked about last year and the moment that things didn't go the way that we all expected it to. What can you, as a head coach, take from that to make sure? Well, you can never make sure, but to kind of lean on to make sure that your guys stay locked in, because it is baseball. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to be super. We have one more day of this. You have to be super intentional with your preparation. I mean, there's other than your faith and your family, there's nothing else to think about. So you have to be very intense with your preparation, but when the game comes, you have to chill out and relax and play. Right. This game is meant to be played with freedom. It's meant to be played with fun. You're certainly going to be locked in on every single pitch, with a little more narrow focus than maybe you were. At least I hope you are, than during the regular season, and that's just human nature. But so is the other team. I mean, everybody's playing for their life, so or their baseball life, I should say. This isn't life and death, but this is for your baseball season. So it's exciting. We've earned the right to play at home. We need to use that to our advantage with how we sleep and how we recover, and then our fans. We're really counting on our fans to be here tomorrow at noon and have it be. I'm hoping it's at least 98 degrees on the turf. We want it to be hot down there, and that's just the way we like it. And I hope our fans are fired up for it.
Well, I know a lot of fans are fired up about it. They've been looking forward to this. They too have that bad taste in their mouth from last year, and they want to be a part of something positive as Texas continues to roll on. Let me ask you this, too, because the health and well-being is a big question for your squad as of right now. Obviously, A-Rod is going to play through it. He still continues to get better and better as he starts to see more pitches from the left side of the plate. But talk about Mendoza and Ruger and where those guys are right now.
Yeah, Mendoza is as healthy as he's going to be the rest of the year as a DH. I don't know that we'll see him, play the field until next year, or assuming he decides to come back. It depends on his professional aspirations. And Ruger through this week felt really good. So we fully anticipate him being available when we need him, whether that be out of the bullpen or whether that be in a start.
Yep. And then I want to touch on the freshman, Anthony Pack Jr. He's up for a bunch of awards. Sam Cozart's up for a bunch of awards. And so is Dylan Volantis. Talk about your squad as a whole, because like you said, I got to be able to coach good players. I can do that. I can coach good players. And it seems like you got some pretty good ones.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of really good players, and not just those guys. What more can you say about those three that we haven't already talked about? Volantis has just been super consistent as a reliever last year and as a starter this year. I'm excited for him to get a postseason start, whether that be Saturday or Sunday. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. And then Cozart, we gave him some time off so he can kind of regroup. I'm hoping he comes out really fresh, and because in these weekends, you're not going to deep it unless you get in the losers bracket. The best pitcher's got to pitch the most, and we kind of baby them as much as we can. I don't say baby them. We kind of monitor their workload as much as we can during the season, so that when we get to these moments, you may have to throw 3 innings on one day and 2 innings the next, and that's not something that they've done too often during the season. So excited. Obviously, Tenney and Robbins, I think, are in a good spot. Casey Borba's had a really good week of work. Darian Pendergrass as well, Larson. So, I kind of like where we are. We just have to go play.
Before we let you go, I wanted to ask you this, because it didn't go well in Alabama. We kind of figured it wasn't a big deal. And I think this is the first time, and I said this yesterday, I think this was the first time that Texas baseball fans were okay with you guys not advancing and getting back and getting ready to go. But what do you do in something like that when you get back home, get back on the field, get some work in, give the guys some days off? How did you kind of maneuver to get back on schedule?
I mean, for the most part, we treated it like a weekend. So we played on Friday. We left Saturday morning at 11. We came straight home. We had some lunch waiting on the team, and then we practiced for probably 2 hours. And then on Sunday, we had had a light practice, but we had some competitive at bats for about 2-3 innings. And then on Tuesday, we had about 7 innings worth of at bats. So we tried to mimic playing games. Baseball is not a game that you can't take batting practice for a week, as you know, and not see live pitching and expect to be at your best when you do see live pitching. So we tried to just mimic the week. We had all of our practices in the morning, which is, since we're playing at noon, this time tomorrow we'll be getting ready to take batting practice. So I'm getting ready to head to the field, and we're practicing at 10 o'clock this morning. So just try and get in the best possible routine and give us the best chance to win.
And I wanted to ask you this. You mentioned it. You alluded to it just a minute ago about Dylan Volantis probably going either Saturday or Sunday. What is your plan for tomorrow? I know you're not going to give us the entire game plan, but what is your rotation?
Why are you asking?
Got to. That's
Yeah,
why we
yeah.
get the big bucks,
Luke Harrison's going to pitch tomorrow.
Yep.
And then we'll see, moving forward after that, whether if we won or lost, and, what the matchup is. We'll have everybody else ready to go. Dylan, Ruger, everybody else will be ready to go as needed. But we just, in these scenarios, Dylan could pitch out of the bullpen tomorrow if we had to have it. You got to win the game. You got to stay out of the loser bracket as best you can. And if you happen to fall in there, then you just fight and claw your way back. So that's the plan.
That's what I had announced to myself. I said, if I was him,
well then
what?
Why'd you even ask me? You already know.
I want a confirmation. From
No, I'm confirming. Yeah,
and he also knows that his opinion don't matter. Only yours does.
Yeah. Yeah, I can always change my mind too. So
Exactly. You reserve the right to change your mind.
Yeah.
As always, man, good luck, and I'll see you at
Good
the
luck,
ballpark.
Coach.
I'll check
All
you
right,
out at
you
the
boys,
ballpark.
you fellas have a good weekend. Hook 'em.
Hook
There
'em.
he is, Coach Jim Schlossnagle, as he's getting ready for the Austin Regional Holy Cross tomorrow at noon, and you can hear all the action starting at 11:45 right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. When we come back, we're going to hear from Sean Miller and get some thoughts as he talked about his team, the tournament expansion, and a couple of players. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Texas softball returns to the NCAA tournament.
High and deep to left field and gone.
And don't miss a single pitch. Swing and a miss. As Texas chases back-to-back national championships.
The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
Listen all postseason on the iHeartRadio app and Retro Austin, your home for the Horns.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
Is back. Your hands in the air. One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready? Featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 7.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A couple of accidents off the highway this morning. The first one's on the service road of Highway 71 westbound around the Cardinal Loop, as well as ongoing cleanup for a crash on Willow Springs Road at St. Elmo Road. And looking into the main lanes of I-35 northbound for some rush hour traffic, a 15-minute out of the commute going from 45 up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
And now a word from our sponsor, Bud Light. There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... what if we just got out of here and grabbed some Bud Lights? But man, we're on air for 4 more hours. They'll figure it out. Sounds good to me. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Stock up now. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Voters are listening to the radio, and they're really listening. If you're running for office, radio gets your message heard, not scrolled past. Reach communities everywhere and be on the air in just 48 hours. Go to winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show.
Mr. Rogers said, look for the helpers. You can always find people who are helping. Thank you to all the first responders who put their lives in danger to help us when my brothers and sisters need them. We look out for the helpers because they look out for us. Thank you, first responders! Thank you, first responders!
Help us help first responders in your community today. Go to firstrcf.org to learn more.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies.
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Great stuff. Jim Schlossnagle as Texas gets ready to take on Holy Cross tomorrow, starting at 12 o'clock, but it starts at 11:45 with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. And, of course, it's free on the iHeartRadio app. I want to get into this conversation because we brought it up a little while ago when we talked to Eric Henry of Horns 247. Sean Miller got a chance to speak to the media as well. When they go down to these SEC spring meetings, most of the coaches get a chance to go down there. Obviously, Coach Schlossnagle not going to be there because of the fact that his team is playing, but we heard from Vic Schaefer. We also heard from Steve Sarkisian. We heard from CDC. Well, now we get a chance to hear from Sean Miller. And one of the things that he was asked about was the possibility of the tournament expansion, and here's his thoughts.
Yeah, you would think maybe I would have a stronger stance on that. Obviously, it affects me. And coming off of really, in my case, we were in the first four here last couple of years. So at Dayton and kind of really having an understanding of what it feels to live that, you know, being on the bubble and entering and then having an opportunity to advance. But, you know, I could see it either way. One thing about the tournament, it works with the old model. I guess going back to when it was just 64 and there was no first four, everybody wondered how that would work. I think it seems to have worked fine and maybe even added some intrigue to that first week that wasn't there before. So my hope is the same thing happens this time around.
Well, if he can do that, then you're going to see a team that is going to be in a different mindset. This is a different team now. He brought in all kinds of different players and different variants of players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they gel together.
Yeah, I was watching a video. Two of the guys that came in, the point guard, what's the young point guard, the younger one, the first one they signed, Isaiah
Johnson. Yeah.
Him and Freeman have played in the system already.
Right.
So, like, they know what the system is. The rest of the guys are going to have to get acclimated to it. But apparently these guys are also smart guys.
Yeah.
That have played a lot of high-level basketball. So I don't think that this is out of the realm of possibility saying this is going to be a top 5 team because of the fact that they're veterans, their skill sets match, and they got a great coach.
Right. And Sean Miller understands the type of player that he's looking for.
Right.
Which is why he went and found those guys that actually
played his system.
Exactly.
Before.
That understands what it's all about. But I want you to hear, because you brought up a name and Sean Miller talked about him too. Elijah Simmons is a guy that a lot of people are comparing to Dalen Swain. And when he explains it, I think you'll understand why.
Yeah, Elijah Freeman, what really excites us so much about him is just the track that he's been on. If you really watch where he would have been as a senior in high school, and he went to a Division II university. And many guys are going to leave a Division II program after their freshman year and then all of a sudden find themselves at a place like Auburn in the SEC and being a starter and a real impact player. So, I think the trajectory, if you look at where he was, where he's going, my hope is that we could continue to make him stronger, better. He loves the game, and I think the sky is the limit of where he can go. You talked about Dalen. Dalen and him have a lot of similarities, because if you track Dalen Swain a couple years ago, not a lot of people in this room would have known who he is. I think just his work ethic, his body, his athleticism, a lot of the same traits Elijah has, Dalen and him share.
Dalen and him share. So
Yeah.
you saw what Dalen was able to do.
And what he was able to do with Dalen.
Right. In a very short period of time. This was, this is an evaluation that Sean Miller made on a kid that was real thin, that wasn't as highly touted as a recruit. And now look at him going into the NBA draft after he's played for Sean and developed his skills to be at that level.
Yeah, I like the fact that he said he loves basketball. When you love basketball, you study, you watch film.
When you love any sport.
Any sport.
Yeah.
And you make cheat sheets. Did you ever make cheat sheets? Like when I knew I was playing against somebody that was an inside rusher when I played football, I watched so much film. I wanted to see what tendencies he had that made him go inside. That you just helping me.
Right.
That's what studying does. It helps you to know the play before the play even happens.
Right. You got to be able to acknowledge it and recognize it and then react to it and make the play happen.
You just reacting at that point.
Yep. And one of the other things that he had talked about as well, you start to look at the conference non-con. Eric talked about it, talked about the locations and what that brings for the Texas fan base.
Yeah, so I think the thing with scheduling is you really have to look at it as the total big picture. What conference are you in? All of us have a good sense at some point how strong our conference will be. And, I start with the 18 games that we play in the SEC, 9 at home, 9 on the road. Those are unapologetic, where we have plenty of opportunities. You can go on a win streak that could, I think take you on an incline and you never look back. You can also go on a losing streak. We experienced that this year. There was a couple of teams in our league that really got off on a deep losing streak. And if you evaluated who their team was in March, they were plenty good enough to win many games in the NCAA tournament. We were an example of that. So I think you have to be careful of, okay, now that you have that and you know what that is, where do you go with it? And what we try to do is go with balanced opportunities. At one point we had Ohio State in San Antonio that fell through. We're still trying to add one where the Spurs play a neutral site game. Playing Miami, Florida, and Houston gives us a great opportunity. We play Georgetown and either into UCLA or St. Mary's in San Diego. Memphis at home. We'll return that game the following year. And then we play on the road this year in the ACC SEC Challenge. So, you go 18 and then all of a sudden you can get to 22 or 23 very quickly. The other games, I think, especially when you go from one season to the next and there's 11 new players, there are just certain things that you have to get right. And that in November and December, in your best attempt, you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be where you want to be. Playing those types of games gives your team confidence. It allows you to learn and grow and move forward. And so that you don't get blown out of the water before you get to conference play. So it's that balance that we're after. And I think that will be what the model will be a part of for a while. Now, we have a lot of returners back from a team that achieves. I think that makes you look at a few things even more different. But nothing will change, I think, the reality of that 19 games are built in for us every year. And those are SEC games, and that's the best of the best.
And that is the best of the best. And the SEC is one of those conferences that every single night you have to show up. And that is what he's talking about those out of conference. But you need them because you need your RPI. You need all the metrics to sync out so you can make sure that you're in the tournament.
All you got to do is look at this.
Or expand.
And, see where Texas was last year.
Yeah.
8, 9.
They went 9-9 in conference.
Right.
They went 9-9 in conference. So this is a team that understands who they are, but this is a coach that understands what he needed to get done to be able to compete in the SEC game in and game out. And if you go back and look at it, Texas was in a lot of those games until they weren't. And that's just the way it went down. When we come back, we'll have the world's strongest man give you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane on the service road of Mopac northbound at Highway 290. Looking at the main lanes of I-35 northbound for some rush hour traffic, causing a 10 to 15 minute out of your drive from 45 up to William Cannon. But no delays this morning on 183 southbound going from Highway 45 to Duval. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back. They're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
For over 25 years, BetOnline has been one of the most trusted names in online sports and casino gaming. And this year, it's all about soccer moments. As the world stops here, 48 nations and 104 matches. Every one of them is a decision that is yours to make. BetOnline has all the live lines and player props on everything sportsbook and casino through the whole tournament. No limits. And when you are right, you get paid. No ceilings, no excuses. 26 is your year for the soccer championship. Bet on at BetOnline.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather, partly cloudy skies for your Thursday, a high near 90, mainly clear tonight, a low of 70. Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 95.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Hey y'all, this is Post Malone. Back in '86, Stevie Ray Vaughan inspired Texans to take pride in ending roadside litter. Don't Mess with Texas has meant don't litter for 40 years. Let's keep it up.
Brought to you by TxDOT.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
First people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but
tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
The Craig Way Show, weekdays at 2.
Heard the beat drop, so that only means one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man, Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me, but now that I'm hot, they all on. Well, guys, here we are. Another edition of the World's Strongest Take. And is one of my favorite coaches of all time. When it comes to basketball coaches, you cannot not talk about Don Staley, and you cannot talk about Becky Hammon and not say 1A, 1B. Two of the best female coaches, motivators, tacticians that I've seen. Becky has been in the WNBA for 5 years. She won 3 championships. She's something else. She's also a disciple of Greg Popovich. When you know ball, you know ball. She's also, as a female coach, she coached the Spurs G League team. And guess what? They won a title. They won the G League title. So when Becky talks, I listen. And all these guys that are chauvinists that may think, oh, she can coach the women, but she can't. Listen, she can coach your son to a championship. She can coach our sons in college to a championship or the pros. That's how good she is. So when she speaks, I listen. There was a little controversy because she made a statement a couple of years ago. And Marcus, you have that sound.
But at the end of the day, they don't have a dude. You got to have a dude. You got to have a 1A dude. And they're missing that at the end of the day if we're just getting down to brass taxes. Sorry.
I didn't want to disagree with Becky today, but they do have that dude.
Who?
Jalen Brunson.
No, he's too small.
But here's the thing, and that's
Didn't they say about you?
But you know what?
They say that about you. You're a Hall of Famer. I got a philosophy. Can I say my philosophy?
Go ahead.
If your best player is small, you're not winning. John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash. You could go down the list. Steph Curry is the only dude,
but he's not that small. He's not that small. He's like 6'3".
But also, though, I mean, he's the greatest shooter to ever walk the planet. He's in an outlier class.
So she's talking about the New York Knicks, and she referred to they don't have a guy, an A1 guy. Now, 2 years ago, Jalen Brunson is not this year's Jalen Brunson. So I take it with a grain of salt. Something I've said stuff that happened 2 years ago that came to fruition 2 years later, but I stood by it just like she did. Now, Jalen Brunson is a different animal now, Hardge. But Jalen Brunson also has a team around him that's letting him do the things that he can do best. I say that Jalen Brunson is one of the small guys like Isaiah Thomas, like Joe Dumars, like Steph Curry that can win a championship. What say you?
I mean, he's on the verge of it. I mean, the biggest part of it is getting to the finals. Now you're at the finals. Now you got to go and close it out. Knicks hadn't been to the finals since 1999, so I don't care if he was 6'8", 7 foot, or 5'8". It don't matter. It didn't matter because they didn't get an opportunity to be there. So for her to say that 2 years ago,
it was valid then.
It's still valid until it happens. It's still valid until he wins. Now, he's got his team there, but he has to win it because no matter what happens, he's either going to play against the two-time MVP in SGA, and that's going to be a tough task for them.
Yeah.
That whole team obviously got championship experience. It'll be tough when they play against the San Antonio Spurs because their guards are big and they're physical, and they will disrupt what Jalen Brunson wants to do on a nightly basis. Is he playing out of his mind? Absolutely. He is balling, and it is fun to watch him do it. It gives hope to the little guard. You know what I'm saying? It gives guys inspiration to be able to do that. But she didn't say anything that's wrong yet. And that's the biggest part of this is wait till it ends. Because if he doesn't win, she's correct.
Well, that's true. She's validated that point.
Exactly. She is still correct to this point. Is he playing outstanding? Absolutely. Have they won the championship? If you watch their videos, you think they have already. They fans already think that they won.
Oh, my God. The We Outside people?
We Outside? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were definitely outside. They was outside. They was on top of
Man, they
buildings.
had to call in reinforcements for police.
Yes. That's my point. So, yes, everything she has said is still true until he wins a championship.
It might, for the city's sake, it might be to the advantage for New
them
York not to win.
Well, I think they're going to tear it up
Because
anyway.
they're going to burn the city down.
I think they're going to tear the city up anyway because either they're going to be so happy because they won or they're going to be so mad because they lost. The city ain't got a chance. So it's a big one.
Yeah, they looking like they're going to make Philly go to shame what they did when they won the championship.
Listen. No, nobody can top Philly.
I don't know.
They had to grease all the light posts.
I was just thinking that in my mind. I was
to
like, that's
keep
what they're
people
going to
from
have to
climbing.
do. Well, they're going to have to close all the shops that have hammers, that have
They're going to have to board up. All of downtown Philly going to be boarded up.
No, New York. All of downtown New York.
New York going to be boarded up.
Yes, you're going to have to. Because
Fifth Avenue, boarded up.
The We Outside boys is ready.
Hey, look, all of Broadway going to be closed down for the first time in history.
Yeah.
It's going to look like, what was the movie, Will Smith?
Not Hancock.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. It's going to look like I Am Legend in New York. Shut it down.
But to back up what she was saying, she is definitely on the right path. She is definitely on that thought process of understanding that, hey, look, he is having a great postseason. But until he wins, she is still valid in her thought process.
Yeah.
She put respect on him.
She did put respect
on him. She just saying, hey,
it ain't
just don't
happened
get
yet.
down like that. It just does not happen like that. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm all in for it. I'm excited about it all. I'm hopeful that tonight that the San Antonio Spurs show up tonight to make things happen. When we come back, we'll talk about the Spurs. We'll also preview Texas softball as they take the field today. And I got to give a shout out to a couple of players on that squad. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Craig Way Show.
It was a snake charmer's performance. And one of the snakes crawled into the trousers of a 57-year-old man, resulting in a bite.
This is nightmare fuel.
It's not uncommon to allow snakes to interact closely with audience members. Why?
Inconceivable! Now they got to tell them to keep their act out of the guest pants.
Is that a cobra up your trouser leg, or are you just happy to see me?
Hang out with Craig on AM 1300 The Zone.
America's turning 250, and iHeartRadio is celebrating with $250,000 in cash. Starting Monday, listen for your chance to win $2,500 so you can take the ultimate American getaway. Take that road trip of all the Insta-worthy spots across the country, from bucket list to booked. Wow. Win your share of $250,000. Celebrating 250 years of America with iHeartRadio.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane on the service road of Mopac northbound on Highway 290. Looking at the main lanes of I-35 northbound for some rush hour traffic, causing a 10 to 15 minute out of your drive from 45 up to William Cannon. But no delays this morning on 183 southbound going from Highway 45 to Duval. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Install any new HVAC system with Abacus and get a $5,000 whole home air quality package free. Limited time offer, so call or book online at abacusplumbing.com. Abacus, you can count on us. M-20628.
Mark Henry here. Have you tried the food at Rowdy Cowboy yet? Had a cold beverage of your choice? Enjoyed the view at the Rowdy Cowboy? Well, guess what I'm really asking is why are you not at the Rowdy Cowboy right now? The doors are open anytime, and you're welcome to come try out the area's best new sports bar. Rowdy Cowboy and the Rowdy Cowgirl will be waiting on you. 70 big screen TVs and an extensive and delectable menu await you. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs wine, spirits, and fine foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
Friday, May 29th, it's a sweet night at Dell Diamond. Celebrate 100 years of Round Rock Donuts with a Donuts jersey giveaway for the first 2,000 fans. Donut Miss post-game Budweiser fireworks. Get tickets at rrexpress.com.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Want to upgrade your ride and help Texas students? Here's your chance. Every year, Texas Yes sets up thousands of students for success with school supplies, literacy programs, and classroom grants. Enter the Drive Away for Education drawing sponsored by Thomas J. Henry, and you could drive off in a brand new car, truck, or SUV. Plus, don't miss our weekly drawings. Every dollar goes straight to Texas schools and students. Grab your tickets right now at texasyesproject.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 the zone. I wanted to get into this conversation because there is a lot that is happening, positive stuff that is happening on the diamonds for the University of Texas. As you look at Texas softball, they will be taking the field today, 1:30 on ESPN, but you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone. Andrew Haynes will be on the call. But I want you to know that Texas has some All-Americans this year, and that's Reese Atwood, Katie Stewart, and Tegan Cavan. That's a great accomplishment. The problem is they were on the second team. You telling me that people are better than these ladies and what they've been able to do all season long, and you're going to put them on the second team? Congratulations to y'all, though. You deserve it. You deserve to be recognized as All-Americans, especially Reese Atwood. Reese Atwood, her final hurrah, her last go at it. She'll be playing in the Women's Professional League that will be here in Austin as well as across the country. But congratulations to her. She also got the gold glove. She got a gold glove. Her and Ashton Maloney both were awarded gold gloves for best defensive players in the country. I said it before and I'll say it again. When we don't speak a lot about Reese Atwood, which is our fault, we should be talking a lot more for her. But you also have to look at what she's been able to do in her career. And they talked about having one last hurrah for one Reese Atwood.
Yeah, I think Stewie is like a great teammate too. And so she always has your back, and she's easy to have.
Yeah, I think going into this week, I'm honestly just looking to just make more memories. I mean, we talked before practice about like just some of the things, like the memories I've had with this program. And honestly, those are the things you remember. So just leaving this program in a better place. Like I obviously want to do that, but I also want to be able to just on the person side of things, just have good energy, like be able to make those memories that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Playing for a national championship and being in the World Series is something that I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. And Mark, you can speak to this. I've won some championships. There's nothing else like it.
No.
There's nothing else like winning against all of your peers, going through everything and finding a way to get it done. So that's exciting.
Hardge, after it's all said and done with, all you're going to have is your memories and the stories to be told by your teammates and your contemporaries,
your get-togethers,
your
get-togethers.
People.
Yeah.
And don't you want to have that conversation end with, yeah, man, she made second team All-America, but she won a national championship.
Yeah.
And that trumps everything. And they won one. Let's run it back.
Yeah, and now they get a chance to run it back, and they're putting themselves in a great position.
That's the best
right
gift
now
that your teammates that are underclassmen can give you as a senior.
No doubt. And so as this group continues to roll and they continue to go through it, they're going to do it because of some help from Katie Stewart, an All-American SEC Player of the Year. And this is them talking about what Katie Stewart has done for herself this year.
Yeah, I think Stewie is like a great teammate too. And so she always has your back, and she's easy to have her back as well. But she just works really hard. She's definitely one of the hardest workers on our team, and she's always trying to learn more and talk to all of our coaches and learn and be the best that she can be. And so I think, yeah, just in how she's matured over the years, I think she's just like remembered who she is this whole year, and has really like been confident in herself through the ups and downs. And like we all know, as all players, we're all gonna have ups and downs, but she's just stayed the course and has just trusted the process and just has kept putting her head down to go to work no matter what the outcome is. And I think that's why you see that success. And she's just overall like a great person, and it's fun to see these things come to her just because of how great of a person she is.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it from her freshman year. I mean, she came in first practices hitting balls off of buildings over a scoreboard. So, I mean, everybody knew on this team her potential, and just being able to see her like blossom last year and this year and just coming out and like doing her thing with so much confidence and so much energy. Like she truly is like the driving force of our offense. Like, when Stewie's on, that everybody else is going to be on. So, I mean, it's just incredible to have like her leadership. I know she might not like talk as much, but like she's still like just doing things right. And honestly, that's what any player or coach could ask for out of a teammate.
Just being able to hit with Reese every day for the last 3 years, it's just kind of a mentorship type thing. Like, she has helped me along the way just to be able to build my own confidence in who I am as a player. And so to learn from her, and obviously like both of them supporting me. Tegan is my roommate. And so just to have her in like our own house, be able to support me and, as teammates, I love them. And so we've just been building that relationship for the last 3 years.
Think about this, and this is how good Katie Stewart has been. Last season, she batted .381 with 17 home runs. This year, she's batting .436 with 27 home runs.
Lord.
She has 42 walks to only 32 strikeouts. She has been unbelievable. She had 72 RBIs this season, and she's not done. They're not done. Like, this is a solid softball team that has all the makings to be able to play for a national championship again. I do want to point out, though, that the starting pitcher for Tennessee, Pickens, was the not SEC, but she was the first team All-American this year, and that is who they're going to face today. So her versus Tegan Cavan is going to be must-see TV, 1:30, ESPN, but you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It's going to be just like Wemby and SGA.
Who's going to be the
real MVP?
Yeah.
Ooh, I know what I'm watching today.
Well, since you brought that up, tonight is a must-win situation for the San Antonio Spurs.
Spurs go. I got my Spurs shirt on.
It is no looking back after this. It is what it is. This could be your last game. And
whoa.
I said it could be. It could
be. How about have full rather than have negative? You know what I meant. What he said. How about a glass half full rather than a glass half empty?
Well, hey, listen. The way that they played last week, it was absolutely empty. It was empty. They didn't play well, and they cannot go.
What's going to have to happen? What's going to have to happen? What's your strategy?
They're going to have to not make immature plays. They're going to have to stay under control. You can't go down and start jacking up shots because they make a bucket, and then you come down and you feel like you got to shoot it immediately to try to match what they do. Play ball.
There is no tomorrow.
Wemby has to attack the rim. He has to get it. Don't, like you said yesterday,
go
got to get people,
try to foul people out.
But he also has to be physical. He's got to figure out a way to be physical, and that's not.
You hear that, Harper? You too.
That don't mean go in there and throw no elbows, but you're gonna have to move some furniture around.
Move some furniture
because they moving you around. So, and you don't want to go out like a crazy man. You want to go out because you can ball. So we'll see what ends up happening. I want to thank Eric Henry of Horns 247. I want to thank Coach Slosnagel for breaking down the Austin Regional, which takes place starting tomorrow at noon at the Dish. And Texas softball takes on Tennessee today, 1:30 on ESPN. But you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, folks, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and